Welcome back, everyone. It's Steve and Stacy coming to you live once more for the Weekend to Conquer Cancer after an unforgettable walk.
It sure has been a phenomenal day, Stacy, full of amazing and memorable moments. I loved following what was happening on social media, but the absolute best experience for me today was being able to connect in person with several of our walkers. In fact, just watching that pre-roll that was up on the camera right before us, and we saw all those people gathering, and it was so nice to connect with the walkers today. So I did a 15-kilometer walk, as you know, and I walked up to Princess Margaret, and one of the highlights for me, I got to connect with a mother and her daughter. And the mother has been walking for 17 years now. The daughter has been walking for 7 years. She started walking because she was diagnosed with a really tricky type of cancer and was operated on. And Dr. Lauren Rothstein at Princess Margaret did the operation, and she was given the all clear. A year and a half ago, she relapsed. She had another operation. She's been given, I think she's been given the all clear. She just finished her treatment again. And her mother and the daughter walked 25 kilometers from Downsview, where we used to have our event, all the way to Princess Margaret. And the daughter had this heart that she brought with her all the way from Downsview, and she wrote all the people who sort of supported her on her journey. And she was the most unbelievably positive, upbeat, special person. And for me to be able to connect with those two, as many others that I did, and I'm sure you did too, it reminded me what it was like to do an in-person event, and reminded me why we do what we do. And so that was just one of my stories.
Well, for me, I walked down to the Princess Margaret Cancer Center with my son, which was a really fantastic walk for me, and I got to meet a bunch of people outside of the Cancer Center, including two ladies who call themselves the Double Jugs, which was a great name, and one of them was actually sporting the CIBC bandana that we used to give out at the physical event, so that was really exciting. I really, really loved seeing what was happening on social. In particular, Leslie Noble and her daughter Lydia. We know Lydia was so excited when we announced that we were going to be allowing kids under the age of 16 to participate, and she's been prepping for this event since last September. So it was great to see those posts. I also noticed that Layla Raffi had walked a bunch of kilometers, and Christine Millers. Yeah, oh yeah.
Strava was lit up. So we have, I think, almost 300 members of our Strava group. And I was on there and I was liking all the different walks that people were posting. I saw 25-kilometer walks, I saw 1 kilometer walks, I saw 100-meter walks, and everything in between. It was great to see the engagement on Strava.
There was one Christine Miller who posted on Strava that it was her 11th walk. So those types of, if you're not already on Strava, please, you can sign up now and you can see, join the Weekend to Conquer Cancer Club, and you'll be able to see all the posts that Steve and I are talking about. But Instagram, Facebook, there are so many wonderful pictures and videos really bringing this community together in a way, it's what we had hoped would happen, and truly the walkers have stepped up. No pun intended. They use the hashtag just like we asked, and it's wonderful to see everybody together. So just incredible.
It really was. So you know what? On that note, we've got several recap reels. We've taken all the content from social media that you have all uploaded, and we're going to show you the first of 3 recap reels. So why don't we roll the tape?
Good morning, Weekend to Conquer Cancer community. My name is Gail D'Angelo, and I am excited to be participating for the 8th time in this great event for the Princess Margaret Cancer Center. I'm going to do my 40 kilometers right here in my hometown. We are so happy to be doing this, and we hope to see you all later when we get together to start our walk. Thanks. Walk on.
representing Team CIBC. This is
Gabrielle.
And I'm Denise. And we are walking because we both lost our dads to cancer. And so we want to make sure
that the girls don't have to go through their dad getting cancer.
That's right. And so we're encouraging everyone to walk, raise lots of money so that researchers can do the work they need to do to cure cancer in our lifetime. Together, we are one for change.
Start walking!
Loved that video, especially the clip with Denise and Gabrielle. Just incredible. And by the way, many of our returning walkers, Steve, had asked me if we had a banner to sign, and it dawned on me that we never explained our backdrop during the opening ceremony. So behind Steve and I are banners from walks of the past. There are messages of hope and names of those who people wanted to honor or remember during their walk. We brought these banners to remind us and everyone watching of all the people who have been impacted by cancer and inspired by the Weekend to Conquer Cancer.
Because of COVID, there was no banner signing this year, but we promise, I promise, to bring it back to our event as soon as possible. You know, we also never explained what this statue is here on our desk. This is a miniature replica of the statue outside the Princess Margaret Center, Princess Margaret Cancer Center, of the 3 women who launched the Weekend to Conquer Cancer 18 years ago. If you walk by the Cancer Center today, you would have seen a number of walkers taking socially distant photos with our statue. These were the first 3 walkers, and we're proud to say that over 1,600 walkers have carried on their tradition this year. One of the first walkers to sign up this year was, of course, our president and CEO, Michael Burns of the Princess Margaret Foundation, and I think we have Michael on the line. There we go. Hey, Mike.
Steve, Stacey, how are you?
Pretty great. How about you? How was your walk today?
Good. We had a great time, as I mentioned at the opening ceremony. Made my way up from the office to Markham. Did a great trek through the trails there from Markham to Unionville. Wonderful to see as many people as we did out walking, and ran into a few teams, including Team American Express.
Oh.
So filled out my application. I'm feeling good. Maybe I'll get a credit card. We'll have to wait a few weeks.
That's awesome. Well, Team American Express have been great supporters of Princess Margaret and the Weekend to Conquer Cancer for many, many years. So shout out to American Express. It's great that you were running into them, and hopefully you got to thank them. So at this point in time, we would like to hand you the envelope so that you can reveal the number that we have collectively raised as a community of walker and cancer warriors. So I'm going to hand the envelope to Stacey, and she is going to hand it over to you.
Oh, great. Wonderful. Thank you, Stacey. But listen, before I reveal the grand total, first of all, let me just say on behalf of our entire foundation, just how thrilled we are with the number of participants we had this year, over 1,600. The corporate support that this event continues to receive, and obviously, on behalf of all of the researchers, clinicians, and others who we support. In particular, obviously, close to 17,000 new cancer patients who we treat every year. This money is going to have significant impact in our ability to not only advance cancer research, but to save many lives and ensure that we do everything we can to help patients who come through our doors. So, on behalf of the foundation, drum roll, Steve. Gonna give me a drum roll? There we go.
We got it.
Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to announce that this year, the Weekend to end or conquer cancer has brought in over $1.82 million.
Amazing.
Well done.
$1.82 million.
See that?
Wow.
Michael, that's my handwriting. Thank you. That's well, that's great news.
Unfortunately, it's not made out to you.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Stacey and I were talking earlier, and actually, I had a chance to connect with Nancy Carroll in front of the Cancer Center today. She's our top fundraiser, as I mentioned. She's over $46,000 in climbing. And she was asking me, she says, and her husband Stephen was there, and they were asking me, like, how's the walk compared to previous years? And I said, well, you know what? We're certainly not where we were a year ago or 2 years ago, but in the context of all the fundraising events around the world, I would say on average, most fundraising events are raising about a third of what they did the previous year. And our walk, the Weekend to Conquer Cancer, has raised about almost 45 or 46% of what we did last year. So that's a testament to the commitment of the amazing community we have of the walkers. So kudos to everybody out there for the $1.82 million raised.
Just an amazing
there's
achievement.
no question. Yeah, Steve, to your point, it underscores the important work that the Cancer Center continues to do, the affinity that people have, the experience that those who have cancer and those that are with them on their journey have had at the Cancer Center, and a real testament to everybody that works here. And I want to say on behalf of our team just how proud we are of your leadership, Steve, Stacy, you, and your team to throughout this pandemic to be able to deliver that kind of money that's going to have a significant impact is just absolutely tremendous. So thank you.
Walk on, Michael.
We're
Really
so
appreciate
proud.
that. So Stacy and I are going to do a toast. I don't know if you have a drink over there in your office, but
It's called water.
it's called water. Well, Stacy and I are going to imbibe in the girls' night out. I've got the white sangria. She has the red sangria. So Colio is a partner and a sponsor of the Weekend to Conquer Cancer. And we would like to make a toast to the 1.8 million, Michael, to your leadership, and to all the 1,600 walkers who've helped us achieve this goal today. So cheers. And toast, everybody.
Here.
All right.
Cheers.
All right, Mike, we're gonna move on. Thanks again for joining us this morning and this afternoon. And we're going to continue on with the show. So have a good one.
Bye, Michael.
Great. Thanks, guys.
Okay. So since we're kind of on the topic of sharing numbers and big numbers and fun numbers, we're going to share some fun facts with you. So I'd like to acknowledge our oldest walker, who is 85 years young, and her name is Ida Di Girolamo.
Our youngest walker is Jimmy Felice, who is 2.
Way to go, Jimmy. You might be in bed by now. We have 280 60-year-plus walkers and over 250 walkers under the age of 12.
The walker with the most unique donations is Layla Raffi, with almost 150 people supporting her.
And 5-year walkers, over 85 of you are out there, so thank you.
For 10-year walkers, we've got over 30 of them out there. Thank you.
And a dozen walkers who have walked every single year of our 18-year history of the Weekend to Conquer Cancer.
Lastly, we wanted to give a quick shout out to all of those who are celebrating a birthday today. Hillary Beasley, Gisela Gazzola, Dr. Laura Dawson of the Princess Margaret Cancer Center, and my son Matthew, whose birthday is tomorrow.
Happy birthday, Matthew. It's not a sweet 16, I was told not to say that, but happy sweet 16.
Steve.
It was great to meet your son Matthew earlier today. He was so proud of the $360 he raised. And now, at this point in time, we'd like to run another recap video highlighting some of what was going on in social media. Scenes, go time. Let's do this. Hashtag walk on, baby. Should I show La Roche-Posay? Bring it on. Ready to go.
Wow, we couldn't be more proud of what all of our walkers have achieved. And we are proudest of the courageous cancer survivors and those who are currently undergoing treatment. So speaking of courage, it's an absolute privilege to introduce you all to Roberta Lauzon, a walker on Team Tarpon Lumber. Roberta, welcome, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Well, how are you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got ya.
I'm great.
Good.
Yes, we had a wonderful walk today we were down on the waterfront in Barrie. There was about 20 of us here in Barrie, and part of our team actually walked in Winnipeg, so it was kind of spread out a little bit.
Wow, that's amazing.
So it was, we had as young as little, right on up to Dave, so it was really good. So we had some fun.
Fantastic.
Nice weather for it as well.
How far was your walk, Roberta?
It was just a little over 10 kilometers. We walked right around the waterfront and on down to a beach and then back again. So we got sprayed by the Barrie waterfront, or the water fountain that they had there, because it was quite windy, but that's fine. It was kind of a nice little cool-off point.
Sure.
Nice.
So Roberta, can you tell us a little bit about why you walk and why this walk is so important to you?
Absolutely. Last year was my first year walking in the walk. I walked for Dave. I work with Dave. It was for him and his wife. And we walked 25K. Felt like 25,000, but it was 25K. And this year, actually, I'm walking for them and as well for myself. I found out earlier this year, actually the later part of May, that I have breast cancer. So the walk was for me this year. And in support of Dave and myself, we walked together, so it was great. I had the unfortunate event to have to be told on, I'll never forget the date, June 12th, that I have breast cancer. And I have to say I'm very fortunate to be part of Princess Margaret. Not only was I able to get into the Rapid Breast Diagnostic Center and get treatment, I got diagnosed. I went in for ultrasound, a mammogram, and a biopsy. And my husband and I, you're doing your fingers crossed and you're hoping for the best. And I get a phone call. I had not even an hour away from the hospital, and I got a phone call to come back the next day for a follow-up. And I said to my husband, I'm like, follow-up? What do you mean? Are they just going to check on the biopsy? He said, no, honey, it's an answer. So, when you hear these three words that you have cancer, all you is someone to fix it really, really fast. And being fortunate enough to be able to be into Princess Margaret and have that help to get an answer real quick. I've had surgery in the beginning of July. I had to have another surgery just 4 weeks ago. But Princess Margaret has helped me, because all you want to do is get an answer. You want to get a result and get onto a path to recovery fast. You don't want to wait. And they were there to help me, and the team there, my doctor, Dr. Leon, and a nurse, Shelley Westgard, and Dr. Leon's secretary, assistant, Kathleen. I talked to them many, many times, and not only are they compassionate, knowledgeable, compassionate, during COVID, you're going into surgery by yourself. They're telling you how they're going to help you, and they're there for me, and I'm really touched on how the service and the help that they were there to provide for me. It's you don't know what you're going through until you're doing it. You can tell you're sorry to people that have got cancer, but until you hear those three words, your life is turned upside down. And to have somebody with knowledge and compassion like you do at Princess Margaret, I tell you, it's been a godsend. I thank them from the bottom of my heart. Our team raised just over $26,000 this year. So
wow,
amazing, Roberta. I want to just a quick story on this on the Gattuso Rapid Diagnostic Center. So Emmanuel Gattuso, who is a philanthropist and helped supported the launch of that program, and it was also funded in part by the Weekend to Conquer Cancer. So years and years ago, Emmanuel and the doctors and the patients who were coming into our breast center were coming in, they were getting tests, and it took them 2 weeks to get results or 3 weeks to get results. And the stress, you can imagine the stress of not knowing what you have and then what's your follow-up and when does your treatment start. So they decided, you know what, we're going to take a stand. We're going to put a rapid diagnostic center in so we do all the tests on one day, and you could be literally starting your treatment the next day. And it just eliminates all the stress, it fast tracks, and as you know, the earlier you take care of cancer, the better the outcomes. And so it's because
Absolutely.
of walkers like you 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and Emmanuel Gattuso that made that possible. And you know, at Princess Margaret, we want to be able to make that same kind of rapid diagnostics for all cancers. So you can imagine the stress relief that will provide for all people coming in.
Well, when I found out that they had that and I was able to be part of it, it helped me tremendously. I still have a path to go, but that's fine. I'm going to kick it, and that's fine. I just knowing that I was able to get a quick diagnosis and move forward. You know, cancer does suck, but you know what? When you have support like I do, it's okay. You just keep walking on. It's okay.
Way to go, Roberta. We love your spirit, and we are so grateful for all of your support.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me be part of this, because to me, it means a lot. I'm humbled.
Okay.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Roberta.
Roberta. Take care. Say hi to Dave
Thanks,
for us.
guys. I will. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, we really appreciate all the support of the team, not only here in Barrie, but I think she said she had like a dozen walkers out in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
So this is a pan-Canada team. So thank you so much for walking right across the country.
For sure. So Steve and I wanted to also take this opportunity now to thank everybody at the Princess Margaret Cancer Foundation who helped bring this event to fruition from behind the scenes. So we wanted to highlight Susie Morfitt, Wendy Morgado, Jen Castellic, Alyssa Huggins, Jordan Harding, Silva Caragos, Tammy Johnson, Don Gowdy, and the team at CauseForce. They are the hustlers behind the scene, and we are ever so grateful.
What an amazing team we are part of, truly, at the Princess Margaret. Talking about great teams, we'd now like to introduce one of the team captains of the Foresters Footsteps. Honorary Chair Diane Fox is someone who year after year steps up, and we're delighted to have her on the line, I hope. Diane, there you are.
I'm here. Hi, guys.
Hi, wonderful. Nice to see you, Diane. How was your walk today?
Great to see you. It was fantastic. We really didn't know how this year's walk would unfold, and I will say that it was a wonderful walk. The weather's terrific. My husband and I decided to head north of the city up to the Blue Mountain region, and we walked 26 and a half kilometers along the Georgian Trail. It was just gorgeous, and we didn't get rained on, so it was great.
Bonus. So Diane, I noticed you have a button on your shirt. Can you I can't quite read it from here. Can you tell us a little bit about what that button means?
Yeah, absolutely. So this year, many of us at Foresters, including myself, are walking for Lynn Shaw. Lynn has been a big part of the Foresters Footsteps team since the very beginning, and unfortunately, she lost the battle to cancer this year. So we are all here in her spirit, and we're all doing this for her.
Just wonderful. So we noticed on social media there were a lot of Foresters Footsteps posting. How did you guys gather together as a team? What did you do to build community for this year's virtual walk?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a bit challenging initially. We were trying to get really creative on how to build the momentum. Traditionally, we had a lot of events at the office, which required us all to be together. But as we all know, this year was a bit different. So what we did is we took advantage of the technology. We took advantage of Zoom, and we had virtual draws. We had virtual team building sessions. We had wine basket raffles, which, thanks to all the creative effort of the team, we were able to pull it off. We even had the drum roll. We had the pulling of the names. And then we had our own little kickoff yesterday just outside our office building where we all socially distanced. We invited everybody to join us. We have a great team picture. We had a bit of a rally. We had Lynn's husband join us, which was really special and really appreciated. So it really bonded the team, and got everybody pretty excited for today's walk.
Right on. Well, that's a lovely story. I wanted to focus in on that on your button because I know how much Lynn. I think I heard from Stacy and how much Lynn meant to your team at Foresters, and we've heard it over and over again. Everyone has a reason, and we always like to say, it's not where you walk, it's why we walk. And Lynn was obviously one of those big reasons why the Foresters financial team was walking this year. So thank you so much for being an honorary chair, a great leader of the Foresters team. I know you guys have supported us incredibly year after year after year. So and thanks for joining us from Blue Mountain or Collingwood or wherever you are. We really appreciate you having time on the show today.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate all you guys do because we're all in this together, and I'm confident that one day we will find a cure. So thank you. And thanks to all the walkers today.
Thanks, Diane.
Thank you so much, Diane. Your support is so appreciated. So Steve, Foresters is right up there in the top 10 corporate teams, along with CIBC, TELUS, Scotiabank, Superior Plus, McCarthy Tetro, Visa, Fidelity, American Express, and RBC. It's just been incredible fundraising through our corporate partners.
Absolutely, but not just the corporate teams who are kicking butt out there. I want to highlight some of the amazing community teams. Missy's Messengers, Butterflies of Hope, Dave's team at Tarpon Lumber, Roma's Roses, and Roma and Annette, I'm wearing one of your bracelets. I hope you're tuning in to see me wearing one of your bracelets you gave me from last year. The Don Mills Blister Sisters, and of course I have to give kudos to my team pulling together to kick cancer's ass. So Lori and all my swim team friends from Richmond Hill, thank you guys for really doing a great job.
So we'd also like to recognize our new school teams that were part of the challenge. So it's the next generation of Princess Margaret supporters. Kudos to the teams at Havergal College, Crescent School, and Greenwood College School.
And the last batch of superstar fundraisers we'd like to call out include Nancy Carroll from McCarthy, Layla Raffi, Mickey Leisure Simpson, Linda O'Connor, David Pratt, Annette Mincer, Maureen Shaughnessy Kitts, one of our board members, by the way. Thank you, Maureen. Marissa Mastronardi, Sandy McIntosh, and Jane Yoon, all of whom made our top 10 fundraising list. And talking about our top fundraising performers, it's now time to highlight some of our top social media performers with yet another recap video. So we're going to show you one more video.
What amazing engagement. I loved seeing so many of our walkers creating and sharing their own unique experiences. Not being able to gather as one large community sure didn't prevent us from showing how unified we all are in our mission to conquer cancer. We all have a reason to walk. The next walker we'd like to feature is a colleague of ours at the foundation. Tanis Walker has the perfect last name for this event, and she has inspired our entire foundation with her courage and grace.
Tanis, welcome.
Good afternoon. Thank you. How are you, Steve? Hi.
Hi.
Stacey.
We're doing well. I saw you, I saw someone, I think, posted a picture of you in front of the Princess Margaret today, maybe with Michael Burns. Was that you?
Absolutely. It was this wonderful coincidence. We headed to the Princess Margaret Park and ran into Michael first thing. It was perfect for the walk.
And tell us about your walk today. How far did you go? Where'd you go?
So I walked with my two close girlfriends, and we did 15 kilometers, starting at the Princess Margaret, of course, headed down to the waterfront, over to Queen West and Ossington. We ended our late lunch and some sangria.
Sounds perfect.
That's what we're doing right now, having a little sangria.
Exactly.
Tanis, can you tell us a little bit more about the people that you walked with?
Yeah, absolutely. So it was two of my closest girlfriends who were very much part of my care team. Coming to my appointments, one of them is a nutritionist, gave me nutritional advice throughout my entire journey, but just two of my greatest supporters and cheerleaders joined me today. So I think it was really special to walk.
Wonderful. We're so grateful that you chose to participate in this event because we know being at the foundation you get asked to participate in a lot of our fundraising events. So maybe can you tell us a little bit about why you chose to do the walk?
Sure. Well, Stacey, as you've aptly pointed out, my last name is Walker, so it's only natural that I would choose a walk. But I think more importantly, there is a wonderful legacy and a wonderful sense of community around the weekend. And for me, breast cancer survivor, I think it resonates with me from a breast cancer perspective. And this was the community, and this was the that I wanted to rally and raise dollars. I did.
Wonderful. So do you have any shout outs to anybody that you'd like to specifically mention before we let you go?
You know what? I would love to shout out to all my donors and supporters, both my foundation donors and my walk donors near and far. I had donors from as far away as Singapore and Alberta. And so would love to thank them for their support. And support the walk, but also support my journey. But most importantly, I would like Princess Margaret Center and the foundation for their incredible support, for the incredible care I received, and for showing me that, I think we know that Princess Margaret is one of the best cancer centers in the world, but to be treated that way was absolutely extraordinary. So I think for me, that would be my big.
Right on. Well, thank you, Tanis. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. Thank you for walking and sharing your story. So great to have you on our team at the foundation, and looking forward to many, many more walks with you and your girlfriends. And I know I didn't want to go and explore your team name and your outfits, but we'll do that next year. Okay?
Maybe next year. Walk on. Thanks so much.
All right, Tanis. Take care.
We appreciate everyone who's contributed to the event by walking, recruiting, fundraising, donating, volunteering, and amplifying our mission. And we are especially grateful to our sponsors like founding partners CIBC, La Roche-Posay, Coca-Cola, Colio Estate Wines, Steam Whistle, Rose Reisman, and Pickle Barrel. Just so you know, we'll be sending out a survey to all of our participants, and we'd love to get your feedback. So please use the survey to share your thoughts on what worked and what could be improved for our virtual event as we begin planning for the Weekend to Conquer Cancer 2021. We've all tried really hard to create a memorable and meaningful experience for all of you in this new COVID world. And with your help, we will inspire even more people to join next year and raise even more philanthropic funds for the Princess Margaret.
So 2021, you're talking about 2021. So many people have been asking me saying, hey Steve, what's going on? What's happening next year? So I can tell you 100% for sure, we are doing another walk, the Weekend to Conquer Cancer, Saturday, September the 11th, 2021. Write it down in pen, in your diary. It is on. We will be in touch with each and every one of you once our website launches later this fall. No doubt we will keep a whole bunch of virtual elements so we can continue to engage with this amazing digital community coast to coast and around the world. And if we are able to gather, fingers crossed, then you can be sure we are going to find a way to celebrate together.
In the meantime, let's celebrate together but apart. Keep sharing your photos and videos. Remember, it's not where, it's why, and keep walking on.
Cheers to all the walkers out there. See you next year.
See you next year.
Good morning, Weekend to Conquer Cancer community. My name is Gail D'Angelo, and I am excited to be participating for the 8th time in this great event for the Princess Margaret Cancer Center. I'm going to do my 40 kilometers right here in my hometown. We are so happy to be doing this, and we hope to see you all later when we get together to start our walk. Thanks. Walk on.
Hello, and we are representing Team CIBC. This is
Gabrielle.
And I'm Denise. And we are walking because we both lost our dads to cancer. And so we want to make sure
that the girls don't have to go through their dad getting cancer.
That's right. And so we're encouraging everyone to walk, raise lots of money so that researchers can do the work they need to do to cure cancer in our lifetime. Together, we are one for change.
Start walking!
Go time. Let's do this. Hashtag walk on, baby. Bring it on. Ready to go.